No, I won't come.
Let's do it, Polly Muse episode. Come on.
I don't want to
It's
come.
time. We're in the studio. Let's go.
No.
It's time.
Fuck the system.
Is ready.
Fuck the system.
No, the system's fine. It's all ready. The system is on and ready and
We're
primed.
ready. All right,
We're
fine.
ready for another episode of System of a Down. Steal This album. Steal This podcast on Polymuse, your favorite podcast to pay for exclusively on the services where you listen to it.
I'm the reluctant cousin Michael, and this is the very eager cousin.
I guess so. I guess if I was one or the other, I would be
This is Ben.
the eager cousin.
Mm-hmm. And we're rebelling today. 'Cause we're
I guess.
continuing through
Yeah.
System of a Down. Steal this album.
A lot of people thought that this album was called Fuck the System,
That's solid.
which is just the name of the song. But in the era of LimeWire, they would just tag the album as this, which is fine. What's the difference? It's
Right.
the same number of syllables. Steal this album, fuck the system.
Yep.
It's the same. If it's like the alternate title for Steal This album.
Agreed.
I tried to play this song on YouTube just now. We're jumping the gun here.
We are. We're covering Highway.
But
and
how
Fuck
much
This
do we
System
care
today.
about the Highway
No, we
song?
don't.
Apparently,
We're just doing them in whatever fucking
yeah.
order we want, I guess.
Well, I just mean it obviously didn't leave too much of an impression. We'll just
No.
breeze through Highway.
Okay, let's just roll on through.
We'll
the
roll
highway.
on down
We'll
the
speed
highway.
through this one.
This is, I always think that Mr. Jack is called the Highway
Oh, yeah.
song.
I can see
Because
that.
they say that like constantly,
Right.
like by the side of the road.
Exactly.
And so when I look at the track list of this album, I don't remember what Mr. Jack is, and I think the Highway song is Mr. Jack, but then I definitely don't know what the Highway song is.
No.
Like, you're not going to remember. It is cool. There's like a cool stop and start, like call and response between like the drums and the guitar, which is
Yes.
cool.
We enjoy that.
And then it locks in, and it's just that, like, it's like pounding rhythm, but it's like waves pounding. It's like an upward, downward motion to it. It's not just like a beating you over the head type of rhythm. It's like a bouncy rhythm. That's what they do, dude. And I mean, that's how they wrote that bounce record. That's
Yeah,
how
exactly.
that new metal bounce that we always say. They didn't invent that, but they invented, well, I mean, you know, they're taking their Armenian folk music influences rhythmically as well as melodically, like more than we tend to realize, mistaking it often for heavy metal rhythms. But this one, it sounds like it's a good fusion, basically, where
Yes.
it's another one that's kind of emblematic of the sound. They throw a toy piano in there, like one of those plastic
Yeah.
twinkly, you know, baby toy pianos.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to key in on that because I was
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to place exactly what it was.
I'm almost positive that's what it is. I listened to enough like DIY home, you know, make weird records in your bedroom with just found sounds
Right.
type of stuff. Like that was my jam. Like Neutral Milk Hotel. They're always, it's just random, weird. They would just record it of just, you know, instruments they had lying around. And if it was just a toy instrument, that's even funnier. It just get some weird sound out of it. I would do that kind of stuff all the time. You get like toy tambourines, toy pianos, any little, just to make a different sound. I'm
Right.
pretty sure it's not that hand finger kalimba thing that you play with your thumbs
Yeah.
that you hear in like African music. And
Right.
pretty sure it's not that, and that it's a
Yeah,
you
I
know,
was
like a play school piano.
Yeah, of course, there's no contributions or attributes to what the instrument is or
Well, it
pre-K
was
piano or
Quite yeah, they got
Yeah.
the best preschooler to come in and sit down and do a session.
They did.
And they're like, "Can you play the Highway song?" And they're like, "Of course. This is my I
Jam.
get what you're going for
That's
here.
it.
This is like
My specialty.
it's like Mr. Jack, but it's not. It's nothing like Mr. Jack."
Right. This is a song that could be whether physically traveling on a highway in a journey you're taking or a spiritual training thought
Mm.
process. Clearly, I'm on a I can't speak. I'm on some kind of journey of my own right now. So yeah, it's some kind of journey. Nice little duet here. Both the boys in the fold on the lyrics
Got them
here.
singing, talking.
Him and Hohen and Han.
It's really jangly. It's really needly. It's really like it's crazy. They're like some kind of bird pecking and singing and like stomping around. You know what I mean?
Like
What
pounding
kind
the
of bird
pavement.
are they? Yeah, they're like roosters on this song. Just like a sharp, jangly type of rhythms, all of it. For the music video for the Highway song, do you remember the movie, the Goofy movie? And they have a song in it, On the Open Road, where there's driving on the highway.
not off the top.
Well,
not exactly. No.
I want the music video to be that, but
Okay.
it is the System of a Down guys instead of Goofy and Max.
Animated and everything.
Yeah, you could do it animated. It's basically they're on a road trip.
Okay.
And then they're driving, and then everyone that's stuck in traffic with them sings the different parts. Like it cuts to the next car and the next car and the next car. Everyone kind of sings their little bit as they're all traveling down the highway. Could be that. Could be Matrix 2. Michael hates the Matrix. I don't even want it. Whatever. So it's like in Matrix 2 where it's the highway chase where you got the ghosts. It could be the ghosts, but it's the system guys, and they just appear in the next car, and then they're driving that car, and then they appear in the next car, and they're driving that car, and they're just like chasing what? The government is chasing them.
There you
go. The government is chasing them.
An unknown identity could be chasing them.
Could be Agent Smith is chasing them.
I like that.
It's like that. So you mash up the Goofy movie and Matrix 2. And that's your music video for Highway Song.
That would be better than the Matrix. I'll tell you that.
We're gonna get so much hate mail eventually.
The Matrix is fine. It's a little dated, and the first one's a little slow. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, we have some real lyrics here. Second verse: "At exit lights, the sky.
Exit light.
The sky becomes complete.
The sky.
Traveling hearts divide the throne. I've forgotten to. Friction, lines, bumps. The highway song complete.
It sucks.
The signs are all turning right."
Oh, 3 rights make a left, and here you go. It's the Highway Song on Polymuse. Seeing it out. How about that? Straight C for being quite forgettable and quite. I mean, I think it's a different song when I see the title. I don't even think of this song. I think of Mr. Jack. So just average, forgettable, C.
I give it a B minus.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay.
It is okay. It's pretty.
You know, I like when there's actually words in a song.
Yes.
And there's a little bit of that.
Oh, well, coming up next, we're gonna have a
some
song
duets.
with no words.
We have a little. It's not completely incoherent.
The road keeps moving the clouds. The clouds become unreal. I guess I'll always be at home.
Yeah.
It's like if you're like the Flintstones and you're running and running and running, and then it's just the same background behind you. The road keeps moving the clouds. The clouds are unreal. I'll always be at home. Like he's stuck in one spot. Like he thinks he's driving on the highway, but it's like a Flintstones background. It's a fake Matrix highway.
Or he just keeps on going and it never stops. All looks the same.
And it's a song that says the name of the song in the song, and it's a song that has the word song in the title and says the name of the song in the song.
Oh, it's just a mind twist.
It's like a triple mind twist.
So you're giving this a C? A CC?
C.
Okay, I'll give it a B minus. All right. Fuck the System.
This is a great song. We obviously had a lot more to say about this, so let's roll. Should have been the title of the album.
Agreed.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. This is great.
Yeah.
It's scat, and it's jazz, and it's sound collage, and it's a great riff, a very repetitive lyric. This is art rock. It has to be, because just the way they set up the call and response of vocals, drums, and guitar.
Absolutely.
With the scat lyrics, the rhythmic palette that they're working with here is just unbelievable. This is what they mean on that. Where they say there's math rock in here, there's art rock in here, there's experimental jazz type elements, and dude, this is classic.
This is System of a Down, very System of a Down. It is all Surge.
Good.
But we get a little screaming, a little singing, but it's right in his pocket vocally, I think. So we do get the some of the growls sometimes from Darren in different pieces like that. But as far as what I think of vocally for what Surge is and System of a Down, I think this is right in his bag where you're getting some of the shouts and stuff like that.
It's strong in his chest.
I think this is very System of a Down.
They want to tear the system down.
Yes.
They're anarchists. They want it to be things that are systems right now that control us. They want them to be torn away. Or is it just explaining what war is? That war is just a way to just completely reset and destroy the whole system from the ground up.
I'm just the man in the back, just the man in the back. I'm just demeaning the pack, just demeaning the pack. I remember...
He doesn't sing it like that at all. He sings it like he is a percussion instrument.
Yes. But yeah, I remember downloading this song and putting it on a mix CD and writing The System down as one of the tracks and not Fuck the System because I was younger. Didn't want my mom to know that it had a curse word in the title. And when I listed the tracks, some of them used to come with a sheet of paper. in the not the cassette tape case, but the CD case. And you could list the tracks as well. And it also put like system or the system, not put the awful curse word in there. So it certainly sticks out to me for that. One of the first songs I listened to with a swear word in the title sticks out to me for that.
Ooh. I tried to listen to this on YouTube and it said it was age restricted and asked me if I wanted to continue. Yes. I said yes. It's just funny that they still have to censor this stuff now. Like I was saying on that one episode, I had to steal this book and I always put it on my bookshelf backwards so no one can see the spine. I read up that they had steal this album in music stores. They would always put it on the rack like backwards so you could see the track listing, but you couldn't actually see the other title.
Interesting.
And it's just funny that they have titles on this that are dangerous. That, you know, make people. They had the Green Day album that came out that everyone makes fun of where it's called Father of All Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's called like Father of Asterisk Epsilon at, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you can't even title your things what you like. There's titles you can't use, and that's part of the joke they're making here, doing steal this album, fuck this, trying to be actually. And they're calls to action. They're telling you to do something. They're telling you to talk about music that can control you, or music. Back to the Nickelback joke. Music could control you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this is just, I think it's kind of funny that it ended up on the Steal This album, because it could have been on Toxicity. It could have made that album. I don't know why it wouldn't have. It seems one of the highlights here that could have
saves this album. It's like the best part on here.
Right.
It's like the centerpiece of this. That must have been it. You know, they knew it was good enough as just a weird experimental track to kind of stand out and hold an album together on its own, basically. You know, they had to shelve it for where they needed it. It's scat. It's cool. He does like random, noise vocals where it sounds rhythmic patterns, and it's kooky. It's weird. They are not afraid. Like, dude, they would do any type of weird insanity. Like, read his poetry. It's some of the most out there. Like, he will express himself, and he doesn't care if it's weird or creepy or it just seems silly. They mix the silly and the creepy, and that's even more creepy.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is not the creepiest song, but it's just, I mean, they're crazy. Like when you sing, like the way he sings on this, the crazy scat stuff. I mean, that's just another level of performance where he's just locking into not even words, but still being entertaining.
Yeah.
And we get stuff like that now, Reggie Watts and some of these performers that just do basically scat and beatboxing and build tracks like that. It's in that realm, but it's like the anarchist, experimental, throwing paint at the walls version of. It's avant-garde. It is. This is the cutting edge of a new form of a new. That's why I couldn't be on Toxicity, because he does all that nonsense. I swear, Rick Rubin came in and he said, "Cut all the Mother Goose, cut all the nonsense."
Probably.
It's like we got to cut 20 songs. So but it's just such a good example of nonsense that it can hold this other nonsense together, and that's why it gets an A+ from me.
A+. I knew that was coming. I gave it a solid B. I mean, this is very System of a Down, but I just need some more writing. I like some of the duets in the grand canon of System of a Down. It's just not quite at the upper top echelon for me personally.
So what do you give it?
B.
Yeah. Okay, well, it gives it a B. Here it is, the F word song. The naughty, nasty system.
The F star
dash asterisk epsilon sign / at.
Or as I call it, just the system. The system song.
The self-titled System of a Down song where they're self-effacing. Here we go. System of a Down Syndrome on Polymuse Radio. Song rails, dude. They're like caged animals. The tension. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
The tension that they keep under control of controlled chaos is just beautiful. It's a whole nother level of insanity in performing, encapsulated in the performance.
Well, some of the noises he's making at the very beginning, and rooster noises almost a little bit, and
There's
stuff like that.
Dude. There's some kind of chickens or something on this one. I can just imagine him turning into like a Power Rangers villain chicken. One of those.
Yeah, it's just an interesting sounds to interpret, to put in this song. But what would the music video look like?
That's what I'm saying. Remember that band? Okay, it was called Coq Roq, and it was a joke band that Burger King made
Really?
to promote the chicken fries.
Oh.
And it was a band that was like Slipknot. It was a parody of Slipknot where they all wore rooster masks.
Really?
Yes. And it was called Coq Roq. And I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. And they did like a handful of commercials, maybe around this time, because they were making fun of nu metal and they were making fun of Slipknot. But whatever. I want that to be the video for this.
Oh, yeah. COQROQ. Coq Roq.
There you go. COQROQ.
They originally had a U.S. tour. Did not.
They
get
toured?
completed. The Canadian
Ooh,
singer
did not
had a
get
criminal
completed.
record, so
I
they
wonder.
didn't. Oh my God,
That's your deep cut, though. I want something evocative. Get all the unused assets and unused storyboards and everything from Coq Roq and put it to fuck the system, and I want them to turn into birds and fly away.
That is insane. I had no idea that was a thing.
They want you to forget about it. I swear they probably played the commercials for like a week or maybe, a few days, and then they realized people didn't think it was funny, and I get what they were doing. I mean,
Slipknot sued them.
Slipknot sued them.
They didn't. The lawsuit fell apart because it wasn't.
It's parody. They're allowed to parody.
Right.
It's like Guar. That's another band that like wears costumes and does over the top. Alice Cooper, obviously, way back. He did that kind of stuff with theatrics and costumes and monster heads and everything else, and he got all that from vaudeville. Back, pre-television, pre-movie theater, shock art, performance. So it all goes all the way back to years and years and years ago of people trying to shock you on stage and trying to do shock rock, and System. They were part of that element. They definitely had a shock. I mean, the title of the album and of the song is a shock rock. I get, they thought it was time. They thought that the culture it was edgy enough that, modern America would get the joke of the chicken band and not have a problem with that. But
yeah,
Slipknot are freaks for a reason. Like, the System is freaks for a reason. The fact that it became so entertaining and so mainstream and so accessible, like bringing freaks into your living room. I mean, it happens now because we have YouTube and TikTok and everything else. You bring your own freak show to you. This was a different era, man. This was when the machine, the media machine, was producing content that was designed to destroy the media machine. And the media machine definitely changed. We have a totally different media machine now.
Yeah.
So maybe they were successful.
This is something else. Coq Roq. I
forgot about that.
I don't think I ever knew. You should have told me this before we hopped on the mic. I would have done some research on Coq Roq. I've never heard of this before.
I didn't even.
Wild.
It's a whole chapter. I think they probably had a few songs, and I remember the commercials. I think it was at the time Burger King did a lot of weird marketing because they did a thing where they sold Xbox games that were like Burger King, like you play as the Burger King. And it was like right when Xbox was hot, and they were like $60 games with like, we sell our $5 Burger King games that are like on an Xbox disc. It was all so many. They wanted to be so edgy and so ahead of the cutting edge, basically.
Oh, okay. I remember this. Sneak King.
Yeah, see?
Solid ratings.
For a $5 mini game.
6.7 out of 10 on IGN.
That's
85% of you Google users enjoyed it.
It's a B-.
That is wild. Well, we've learned some things here today.
I don't want to fuck the system because if the system collapses, we won't be able to go to Burger King.
I'm on board with that. Bring back the rock cock.
And they should try that again. They won't. They'll make fun of something else.
That's fine. Ronald McDonald's got jokes for years. There's plenty of fun we can make there.
Yeah.
Then there's the purple guy and the burglar.
Oh yeah, there's now I remember Mac Sabbath. They dress up like McDonald's characters and play Black Sabbath songs.
That's awesome.
So it's a combination of, it's like the Hamburglar and all that. There's a lot of, we'll think of more food bands for you. I don't know how this became. We must need dinner, folks.
All right, that must be it.
Let's go to the store.
Mm-hmm.
Support the capitalist system.
Fuck the system.
We have so far not grown our own food. If you'd like to support the podcast, look, we will fuck the system. If you support this podcast.
5-star review, please.
Right. If we went, I would go off grid. I would grow my own food. I would never shop at Burger King, Coq Roq, McDonald's again. But
make the cocks rock again.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I guess we need.
Okay. Well, this has been Polymuse. I'm Michael.
My name's Ben.
And we will talk at you later.
Bye.